Albert Einstein once issued a chilling warning. Not about the atom bomb, not about war, but about something far more dangerous. Something invisible, something already here. And today, his warning is coming true. Right now, in your pocket, in your home, even in your thoughts, the very thing he feared is shaping your world. And it's happening faster than anyone expected. Before we show you the shocking truth behind Einstein's final prophecy, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who still believes science belongs in the past. Because this isn't a theory, this is happening. In 1946, Albert Einstein wrote a letter. It wasn't about physics, it was about the future of humanity. He warned that the technological power of mankind was outpacing our moral responsibility. Einstein said, "It has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity." To him, the atom bomb was only the beginning. He feared what would come next, a world where machines think for us, where speed replaces thought, where convenience overrides conscience. Today, we call that world artificial intelligence, machine learning, automated decision-making. Back then, Einstein simply called it the next danger. When Einstein made his discoveries in relativity and quantum theory, he believed knowledge could save humanity. But as World War II ended, something shifted. He saw how science could be weaponized, how progress could turn into destruction, and how society was becoming addicted to faster, smarter, more convenient tools. He predicted a time when humans would become so dependent on technology, they would lose the ability to think independently, a time when machines could manipulate reality, and people would accept it without question. Sound familiar? Look around. From algorithm-driven news feeds to AI-written articles, we now live in a world where most of what we see, think, and believe is controlled by code. And it's no longer science fiction. Einstein feared a moment when the tools we build would become the masters. Not because they had feelings, but because we would stop having any. In the age of social media, misinformation spreads faster than truth. Deepfakes can now recreate a person's face and voice with terrifying accuracy. AI-generated content is now indistinguishable from real journalism, and most people don't know what's real anymore. Einstein predicted this exact danger. He called it the death of independent thought. What's even more disturbing is that most of these systems are designed not to enlighten, but to engage, to capture attention, to monetize distraction. This isn't about machines turning against us, it's about us turning into machines. Einstein also warned about education. He believed true learning was about curiosity, not repetition. Yet today's schools train students to memorize, not to think, to follow instructions, not to question them. He feared that as machines became smarter, humans might choose to become dumber. In his words, education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. Now, we live in a world where students use AI to write their papers, where answers are Googled in seconds, but wisdom is forgotten. We are surrounded by data, but starving for meaning. And this was Einstein's greatest fear, a world where information increases, but wisdom disappears. Einstein wasn't afraid of knowledge. He was afraid of what happens when knowledge loses its soul. He saw early signs in the atomic bomb, but he knew the real danger would come when ordinary people, with no malice, became part of a system that made moral decisions without human values. Today, AI is already deciding who gets a loan, who gets hired, who gets medical treatment, and, in some cases, who gets targeted in war zones. We've built systems we can't fully explain, that we can't fully control, and we trust them more than we trust each other. This is the world Einstein tried to warn us about. In one of his final writings, Einstein made a haunting statement. The problems we face cannot be solved by the same thinking that created them. He believed that without a moral revolution, a collapse was inevitable, not because of a villain, but because of apathy. Because good people would become passive observers. He believed we must evolve spiritually as fast as we evolve technologically, or face extinction not by fire, but by forgetting who we are. Letter was not to governments, not to scientists, but to ordinary people, to you, to me, to the next generation. He was asking us to wake up. Everything Einstein feared is already here. We have machines that write music, paint pictures, answer emails, and soon, run economies. But we also have growing mental health crises, political polarization, anxiety about the future, and a population unsure what's real anymore. We're advancing faster than we can adapt. We're drowning in digital stimulation and starving for human connection. And every single one of these shifts was foreseen by the man who unlocked the universe. If Einstein were alive today, he wouldn't stop the machines. He'd warn us to reclaim our humanity, to question, to wonder, to slow down, to educate not just the mind, but the heart, to choose meaning over momentum, and wisdom over noise. The real danger was never technology, it was forgetting to be human. Because once we hand over our thinking, our choosing, and our conscience to something that does not care, we lose what makes us different. We lose what Einstein fought for. So, here's the question. If Albert Einstein saw all of this coming, what will you do now that it's here? Will you keep scrolling through the algorithm, or will you choose to think for yourself? Will you be part of the noise, or will you become the signal? Share this video with someone who believes science is still about wonder. Like it if you still believe in truth. And subscribe if you want to join the minds to refuse to let the machines win. Because Einstein gave us the warning, but only we can decide what happens next.